He has tied the Major League record. Holy cow, the kid has done it.
There is no way a human being gets to that ball. He gets.
George Kenneth Griffey Jr. Ken Jr. the Kid.
Holy cow, the kid has done it.
A five-tool center fielder whose sweet swing and winning smile helped define a new age for baseball's popularity.
In baseball, few names evoke magic like Ken Griffey Jr. He was more than a generational talent. He was joy in motion, effortless, electric, iconic. With the backwards cap and the sweetest swing the game has ever seen, Griffey didn't just play baseball, he was baseball for an entire generation. This is the story of the kid, Ken Griffey Jr., a legend born into the game, who rose to become one of the greatest to ever step onto the diamond. Born on November 21st, 1969 in Donora, Pennsylvania, a town that also produced Stan Musial, Ken Griffey Jr. was baseball royalty from birth. His father, Ken Griffey Sr., was a two-time All-Star and key player on the Big Red Machine of the 1970s. As a child, Jr. was a fixture at the ballpark, shagging flies, sitting in dugouts, soaking up every moment. Baseball wasn't just in his blood, it was his environment, his heritage, his destiny. Alright, let's get into Moeller High School in the MLB draft. At Moeller High School in Cincinnati, Ken Griffey Jr. was already a phenom. His bat speed, field instincts, and natural grace made scouts take notice. In 1987, the Seattle Mariners made him the first pick overall in the MLB draft, marking the beginning of a new era. With that selection, the Mariners didn't just choose a player, they chose a future franchise icon. Let's talk about his MLB debut and immediate impact. On April 3rd, 1989, a 19-year-old Griffey stepped onto a major league field for the first time. A week later, he smashed his first home run, foreshadowing the thunderstorm of power to come. He made the All-Star team in his rookie season and finished with the .300 batting average. His blend of charisma, speed, and raw talent made him an instant fan favorite and a rising star. Let's talk about him ascending to stardom, man. The 1990s were Griffey's playground. He was poetry in center field, scaling walls, robbing homers, firing lasers from the outfield. In 1991, he won his first of 10 gold gloves. In 1993, he took home his first silver slugger. And every year, the numbers piled up. Home runs, RBIs, web gems. Griffey wasn't just excelling, he was defining an era. Alright, let's get into the MVP season and his icon status. In 1997, Griffey reached his apex. 56 home runs, 147 RBIs, a .304 average. He was named American League MVP, finally receiving the recognition he so richly deserved. But Griffey wasn't just a stat machine, he was cool. His backward cap became iconic. He starred in commercials, video games, and highlight reels. He was the face of baseball and the idol of a generation. In 1995, Griffey delivered one of the greatest postseason moments in history. In Game 5,
Here is Junior to third base. They're going to wave him in. The throw to the plate will be late. The Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship. I don't believe it.
Edgar Martinez lined a double down the line. Griffey on first base rounded third and slid home to win the series. The Kingdome erupted. Seattle baseball had never seen such joy. That moment wasn't just a win, it was salvation. And it was Griffey who led the charge. Super cold. Alright, the trade to Cincinnati and his injuries, man. In 2000, Griffey returned to his roots, traded to the Cincinnati Reds where his father had made his name. It was a homecoming, a fresh start. But baseball can be unforgiving. Hamstring pulls, knee issues, shoulder injuries. Griffey's body began to break down. You get older, that's what happens, you know. The legend still flashed brilliance, but consistency proved elusive. Still, even in pain, he reached milestone after milestone. Alright, let's get into Hall of Fame and legacy. In 2016, Griffey was inducted into the Hall of Fame. He received 99.3% of the vote. 99.3% of the vote, man. The highest ever at that time. A perfect capstone to an unforgettable career. To fans, he was more than a Hall of Famer. He was a hero. A highlight reel come to life. He was the joy of baseball made real. Alright, let's talk about his final reflections and his cultural impact. Ken Griffey Jr. left the game with 630 home runs, 10 gold gloves, and 13 all-star appearances. But his true legacy isn't in the numbers. It's in smiles. In the kids who wear the hats backwards and swing for the fences. He showed us that greatness could be joyful, that legends could be human. And in doing so, he became more than a player, he became a symbol. Ken Griffey Jr., forever, the kid. Hope you enjoyed this one about Ken Griffey Jr., man. That was one of my favorites when I was young. So, subscribe to the channel, tune in. We'll always have another one coming up.